Welcome to the best gambling show on the internet. This is the home of the money pick. I had to get on here. Playoff bracket is finalized. There's no spreads yet, so I'm going to guess what spreads there are. And I just want to say, man, I'm so wired and excited. It's 12:30 Eastern time, 2:30 in the morning in Brazil, but I'm ready to go. So let's get to these matchups. On Saturday, 4:30, we got the Las Vegas Raiders at the Bengals. I think this is going to be Raiders +6. Maybe they're going to give the Bengals more respect, but we've seen Vegas not give the Bengals a hell of a lot of respect, even though we've been cashing in on them. And with the Raiders, everyone thought they would lose against the Chargers, except people on this channel. I'm looking at this game. I'm looking for this Raiders defensive line. How do they do against the Bengals offensive line that can't pass block? And if Joe Mixon isn't running the ball well, you wonder what the hell's going to happen in this game. And like I said before, the Raiders don't do anything well, but at least we know they have heart. So when I'm looking at the Raiders and the Bengals, I'm looking at Raiders +6. Maybe they give them +7. I can't see it being any lower than that. I'm sure a lot of the money will be shifted on the Bengals. Bengals do get home field advantage. I'm curious to see what happens with that. That's at 4:35 Saturday. Next game, we got the New England Patriots. They got whooped by the Dolphins today. I wasn't surprised. We got New England Patriots with the hoodie at the Bills, 8:15 on CBS. I think it's going to be Bills -3. I don't think I'm reinventing the wheel here. It's a tough game to handicap, but you assume Vegas is going to lay that -3 for the Bills. Bills have looked better the last 4 or 5 weeks. I liked how they actually ran the ball today against the Jets. I give them credit for that. And you got a Patriots team that's reeling, so I assume more of the money is going to be shifted on the Bills, but I don't think they're going to budge this spread. I mean, and if we're talking the over-under for this game, I'm seeing like a 49-51. I'm actually seeing it higher than what other people would believe. We'll see what Vegas comes out with. And I'm looking forward to this Patriots offensive line versus this Bills defensive line. Can the Bills stop the run when it matters? That's the big question in this game. Of course, you're talking about Josh Allen versus Matt Jones. We know Allen's starting to peak, but I still haven't seen enough of vintage Diggs to get really behind the Bills. And also, like I keep saying week in and week out, are the Bills tough enough on the defensive line, on the offensive line? And one thing we know about the Patriots, their defensive line is nasty. Their defensive line gets a push. The hoodie's making Matt Judon look like a top 10 defensive end. Not saying he is, but that's what the hoodie's doing. So Bills -3, and I think people will end up railing around the Bills, even though they love to bet, even though average Joes love betting the Patriots no matter what. Bills -3. I can't see it shifting from there. Next game, Sunday, January 16th. We got the Philadelphia Eagles Hurts at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 1 o'clock, Fox. Man, I'm looking forward to this one. I think it's going to be Tampa Bay -10. And even though Tampa Bay's with problems, that Carolina spread this week was a bit too low, because when the Buccaneers put their mind to it, they can blow out just about any team in this league. Now, the Eagles are a team that can run the ball, keep Tom off the field, and Hurts makes 3 or 4 big plays a game. It's not impressive. The stats aren't great. So I do think most of the money will be behind Tampa Bay. Like I said, I think Tampa Bay -9, -10. If we're talking the over-under for this game, I think it's going to be at about like 47, 48, because the Eagles don't generate a lot of points. But one thing to watch this game is this Eagles defense. Not a lot of people have talked about this defense the whole year. Like, we know the strength of their defense is the defensive line, and Tampa Bay's got the best offensive, not the best offensive line, but a top 5 offensive line in the league. So I'm curious to see what it is there. I'm going -9. -10 for the Bucs. I think they'll throw that out there. Although, if they really wanted to entice betting action, maybe +11 for the Eagles. Forfeit. That's going to be a great game. I'm excited for that one. And thank you guys for following me live. It's 12:30 Eastern time, but let's go, man. I'm ready for the playoffs. Next game, we got the 49ers limping into the playoffs at the Dallas Cowboys. Them boys, 4:30 Eastern time, CBS, Nickelodeon. I think I might watch on Nickelodeon, to be quite honest with you, unless Romo's doing the game. I'm sure he'll be doing the game. If it's Romo doing the game, then I'll probably watch CBS. But I still like the Nickelodeon thing. Listen, I think this is, some people are going to say Lawson, it should be -5, -6 Cowboys. Cowboys finish the season strong. They're the more explosive outfit. They got a good pass rush on defense. Jimmy G shrinks and strutters whenever there's a good pass rush. But I think they're going to put it at Dallas -4. And they're going to give us something to nibble on. And one thing we saw this week, when I picked the Rams as a money pick on the Tuesday show, Rams were -5.5, -5, depending where you place your bets. And then it moved down to where I saw it at -3 today. And I was tempted to throw money at the Rams. So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with it. Like, it's a tough game to predict because I still think the 49ers have a little magic in the run game. I still think Dallas is vulnerable against the run game. No team's really exposed Dallas this year in the run game. Is it just me? Like, you guys can go off on me in the comment section, but just something tells me you can pound it on the Cowboys. And that's why I think it's going to be like -3, -4. I know everyone's inclination is go Dallas like -6, Dallas -7. But I think it's going to be lower. And plus, bettors love the 49ers. Even if it opens up at -5, -5.5, -6, that shit's going to move down because there's just a certain amount of bettors who are just going to throw money on the 49ers no matter what, like the Rams game, for example. Next game, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers. Big Ben, dude, it was close to him not getting in. It was close. I actually thought that game was going to end in the tie. Then the dumbass coach for the Chargers took the timeout. Raiders were going to play for the tie. And that idiot went off, and I don't understand what he was doing. Anyways, Steelers at the Chiefs, rematch of what happened 2-3 weeks ago, 8:15 Sunday night on NBC. I'm going Chiefs -10. Maybe it might push to -11, -12. But the Steelers defense, we got to give them credit. And I don't think the Steelers are a good team. I think they got one of the worst offensive lines in the league. They're not good at stopping the run. They got one of the worst receiving cores in this league. Yeah, Mike Tomlin and Big Ben, they just keep scrapping out results. And I don't know what they're doing. I don't know how they're doing it, but I think it's going to be -10 for the Chiefs. -9 maybe. It's more up to you guys. Like, we've been betting the Chiefs all year while a lot of people were hesitant on them. Like, does the Chiefs -11, -12 stop you from placing a bet for them? For me, if I see -12, it's going to make me a bit nervous. So I think Vegas is going to go out here -9.5, -10 for the over-under. It's going to be lower than the normal Chiefs games just because of how the Steelers play football. So I think the over-under, what do you guys think? I'm thinking 47, 48. They're going to make it, even though every time you see a Chiefs game, the over-under is in the 50s. Because that's just how explosive they are. And we all respect Big Red Andy Reid and Mahomes. I'm looking forward to that one. So, yeah, I'll get your guys' comments once I finish this Cardinals-Rams game. Next game, Monday Night Football. I'm happy they added this to Wild Card Weekend. I don't know about you guys, but I think it's awesome. They're adding a Monday night game. Cardinals at the Rams, ESPN. I think it's going to be Rams -7. And, when the public soured on the Rams, that's when we started riding them. And now people are going to be on the Rams bandwagon again. And maybe we pumped everything out of this bandwagon, but I still think it's going to be Rams -6, -7. You do wonder what the hell's going on with Arizona. And yes, I picked Seattle in the upset. Yes, Arizona didn't have a hell of a lot to play for today. They could have won the division, but let's be real, man. They start off the game getting a defensive touchdown, and if you're a Seattle bettor, you're probably sweating beads, man. And it just shows you where Arizona's at. Arizona's out of ideas, and it's going to be Rams -7, -8. I would not stub my nose if they made this Rams -9. That would probably be what I would set it, but we're predicting what Vegas is going to set. I'm going Rams -7. I think that's what Vegas does. In terms of the over-under, I think they're going to go something high, like 52, 53. Because you still got to respect Kyler Murray. You got to respect everything with that. So that's the game I'm looking for. So let me go back through these for you guys who are joining a little bit late. Raiders at Bengals. I got Bengals -4. I could be wrong on that. Tell me if I'm wrong. I'm just guessing they're going to go -4. Pats at the Buffalo Bills. I think they're going to make it Bills -3. Some of you guys are saying Bills -2.5. I would not snub my nose at that. Either way, if they open it up at like Bills -3.5, you know that's getting sucked down by the Patriots bettors. So that's where we're at on the Saturday games. On the Sunday games, Eagles at Buccaneers. I'm going Buccaneers -10. I think that could entice people due to Buccaneers just not being consistent enough. For instance, they were like -11 against the no-names last year, and they just barely covered that one. I don't even think they covered it. So Eagles, Buccaneers, -10 bucks. 49ers at Cowboys, Nickelodeon. Like I said, I'm going Cowboys -4. You guys could make an argument that should be maybe Cowboys -6, -5, but I'm going Cowboys -4. I think once we get to game day, we see that shrink down because, like I said, there's a lot of 49ers bettors. Let's be realistic about it. Look at the Rams line movement this week. Next game, Sunday Night Football. We got Steelers versus Chiefs. Chiefs -10. I think they're going to go that way. I don't think they're going to try to reinvent the wheel. The over-under will be rather low in this game, so look out on that. And then Monday Night Football, Cardinals, Rams. Yeah, it's going to be Rams -6, Rams -7. I'm going to go officially Rams -7. Yeah. So let me read some of your comments. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the playoffs, guys. I'm ready to get in here. I'm ready to get this money. You guys know I don't normally go live on Sunday night or anything like this, but that's how excited I was. Let's get this money. And I'm curious why the Chargers called that timeout. And they deserve to lose that game. Raiders were the better football team. Raiders played with more heart. The Raiders were more physical. Even though Herbert, man, that performance from Herbert, it's just like what him and Burrow have been doing the second half of this season. I'm just in awe watching these dudes play. But we saw the limitations of the Chargers. We saw the limitations of their coach. Their coach has been making time management decisions, bad decisions all year, especially on fourth down. Doesn't know how to manage a game once it gets down to 2 minutes. And Raiders were ready to take that tie. And the Raiders deserved it. They just fought hard. And for all the stuff the Raiders overcame this season, I'm happy they're in the playoffs. Let's get this money. Share the damn videos. Tuesday, I will have the Vegas spread picks up. We'll see what the lines look like. They should be released Monday morning. So let's get this money. We're getting an early start. Let's get it.